Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome for another live on a Friday night. I don't always do them on Friday nights, but I like to switch it up here and there. And I am joined today by the lovely Danni, who is the hostess with the mostest for Bucket List-athon, which I finally have read some of my bucket list books. You'll be very pleased, Danni. I think the last time I done a live, I hadn't even touched them yet, but it was close to the start. So
Yeah.
I was still trying to finish up November reads, which I still need to finish up November reads, but I have now completed 2, I think, of my bucket list-athon books. So making a little bit of progress. But yeah, Danni, since you've not been on a live with me before, well, I don't want you to introduce yourself yet. There's only 30 people here. So let's wait just a second. Allow people to come on in and get going. I'm so glad that you guys are all here day after Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about, did you do Black Friday shopping? Did you have a Thanksgiving meal? Like what did all that look like? Well, I want to hear all the things. But yeah, Danni, go ahead. Let's just go ahead. Introduce yourself and say hello to the people.
Hello, I am Danni. My channel name is Danni Dabbles, and I primarily read fantasy, but I dabble in lots of things: sci-fi, horror, mystery. So yeah, I have really enjoyed BookTube in general. I've gotten a lot of friendships and kind of some crazy antics with Battle of the Booktubers, which is another like a collab that I do where I pit booktubers against each other to figure out which one is the best recommender. It's very fun. So
when did you start your channel?
it'll be 3 years in March or April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love it. Yes, I was one of the lucky few who got to participate in Battle of the Booktubers, and it was so much fun. I mean, it was stressful, but it was also a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I didn't win and I didn't get picked as a wild card. That's okay. But it was a lot of fun to participate. And Danni, you did such a great job with that. It was so much fun. And a Bucket List-athon too, like all of you guys with all of your creative energies, making these beautiful game boards and all that stuff. I think I want to go this way so that I'm more framed. I'm gonna scooch. That's better. I'm more framed in the curtains now. I don't see the mess that's in the corner right next to me here. So clearly I am not at home. I'm at my mom's house in New York. I got here Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I went outside to get more stuff from the car and it was snowing. I was like, ooh, this is why I now live in Virginia, because I don't like this business. It didn't last long and it didn't coat anything other than like my car for a little bit, but it's supposed to, I think, just north of here. So we're in central New York, nowhere near the city. People are like, oh, I love the city. I'm like, yeah, I live 7 hours from the city. But north of here is getting blasted right now. They're supposed to get 3 to 4 feet of snow this weekend. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful I live in Virginia. That is never a thing anymore in my life, but it used to be because lake effect is legit.
Yeah, I love the look of the first snow.
Sure.
It's always very pretty and it's like crisp and quiet, like
Mhm.
whenever that first snow hits. But a couple of days after that, I'm ready for it to be gone.
Yes, 100%. Yep. And that's why I love Virginia, because it almost always is that. Like it's there
Yes.
for a few minutes and then it's gone. I think last year we got one. The last 2 years, I think we've only had 1 snowfall. Both of the last 2 years. Which I'm like, I could do a little bit more than that, but not much. I'm pretty okay with not having to bust out every day. And so let's say some hellos, say hi in the comments. Also, we'll get to what everybody's reading today. So feel free to put that. What, Mom, did you have something cooking? What timer just went off? That was weird. My mom I might convince her to come pop her head in and say hello, but were you cooking something? Because a timer just went off.
Oh, the air fryer.
Oh, it was still going. Okay. Hello, Mary, reading
This book, I have tried to pronounce this so many times.
Apotheosis, maybe, from NetGalley, 28%. Good job. Hello, Sue, reading Entangled Life, nonfiction about fungi. Well,
Interesting.
for some people, maybe not everybody. Hi, Pamela. Don't know what I will read. Looking for an ebook or audiobook now. I mean, we are happy to help you decide if you
Give
need
us some choices.
some help. I'm also reading Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Love that. I've heard good things about that one, especially if you're going to go to Charleston. I think that's set in Charleston, South Carolina. I think. Maureen, when you put this up, I'm like, what is that? I think it's a mermaid, right? Maybe like a little tail.
So,
I don't know. Very scientific book, but I'm learning a lot. Well, good. Hi, Rosemary. Hello, Lynn. That's what is important and impressive. I forget I don't know what that's about. Mary, sorry. Two of my faves on screen. Yay. Hi, Leandra. Starting a Home for Christmas. Yay for a Christmas book. Amanda, hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. Reading Jingle All the Way. Fun. Diving into the Christmas reads. Vaughn is as well. Starting 12 Days of Christmas tonight. Emily, One and Only Family. Oh, Emily, it's such a wonderful conclusion to that series. Danny, have you read the One and Only Ivan middle grade? It's like a middle grade in verse about a gorilla that was in a mall.
oh, I've heard you talk about it, but no, I haven't read it.
And then there's other animal characters that are in the next 3 books. Well, 2 books. And then this is the conclusion, One and Only Family. It's a wonderful, sweet middle grade series. Very quick reads because they're written in verse. Like they're just lovely.
It's on my list of middle grades to get to.
Nice. The first one won a Newbery. So it won an award for children's books. Very well done. Hi, Rainey. Been buying lots of Black Friday Christmas shopping for the kids. Well done. My sister went Black Friday shopping. She said she had some stuff in her hand at Target and then saw the line and was like, nope, I don't need this that badly. I'm not going to wait in that line. I'm like, that's what Black Friday is just waiting in lines. And I'm not a fan. So we went out to Walmart just for a few minutes because it's the closest store to where my mom lives, just to walk around and move around a little because we felt like we've been sitting a lot today. And we're like, nah, there's not really many good deals that are, I don't know, there was nothing that jumped out at us. So
Nothing worth the wait.
yeah, worth the wait or the spending the money. I don't know. We just didn't need anything today. So can't stay. Hi, Jamie. Oh, fun. Well, hope you have a wonderful time with your in-laws family. Jennifer, listening to the Lost Girls of Willowbrook. So good. While decorating for Christmas. Nice. Emily is going to, well, here's the question. So do you decorate for Christmas already? Have you already got started decorating? Or are you a day after Thanksgiving? Okay, now it can be Christmas.
Me?
Yeah.
I decorate kind of throughout December, just like whenever I feel like putting stuff up. I have not put up a tree though the past 3 years because he destroys them.
True. Yeah. I remember you saying that now. Yeah, I put my tree up, but none of the other, like I still have pumpkin stuff around my house, but my tree is up. So when I go home, I like having the tree already done by the time I get home from Thanksgiving. So now when I get back, I will this week coming up replace all the fall with the winter Christmassy things.
My mom was always like the day after Thanksgiving. Like at Thanksgiving, the tree is up, but it's not decorated.
Yeah.
And then the day after we decorate.
We used to always decorate the day after as well, but for some reason, Thanksgiving feels really late this year. So I always do my tree before I drive up to New York because I don't want to have to come home and then do it.
Yeah.
Rhythm of War, Emily. Way to go. If I read 40 pages a day, it'll be done by the end of the year. I like, Emily, you're so good about always giving yourself like daily chunks to read and like staying on target. I would be so bad at that, but good for you. I hope that you get it done by the end of the year. That will be amazing. I'm not even going to start Oathbringer is the one. Well, I have to read Edge Dancer first. I might try to squeeze in Edge Dancer before the end of the year, but more than likely it'll be it'll be in the next year. A new year goal. Hi, Jennifer. Need a distraction from my current situation. Oh, sweet and fluffy with no spice. I would read like a Courtney Walsh book. She tends to be sweet romance and also like not only romance, but like dealing with stuff too, but no spice. Courtney Walsh. Sarah Adams is another no spice, except for her newest. I believe Rulebook has some spice, but hers are fun. Like When in Rome and what's the other one? Practice Makes Perfect. Those are fun. Thanksgiving was dinner at Seasons 52 with my daughter and son-in-law. That sounds lovely, Judy. No cleanup and like hours cooking. Just go and do it and eat it. I love it. Spend time with family. That's important. Hi, Allie, bouncing around. There are a lot of sprints tonight. Feel free to bounce around. I highly support popping into everyone's sprints and saying hello. That's wonderful. Do it. Hi, Molly. Jamie's reading The White Christmas Inn and loving it so far. Reading Genome, a sci-fi book. I've never heard of that. Fellow New York State native. I'll be visiting in December. Yeah, I'll be coming back up too in December. I know, Leandra, I remember hearing you mention New York in one of your videos. I'm like, oh, I wonder where in New York. And maybe we've talked about it at some point. Jordan. Mom, where's Jordan? New York.
What?
Jordan, New York. I forget where that is. That sounds familiar.
South of Syracuse, east of Syracuse.
East of Syracuse.
Yeah, Syracuse.
Okay.
Down there, like Pompeii and.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been out of New York for so long now that my New York geography is gone. Hello. So excited starting my Robin Hobb journey tonight. Oh, well, you've got a long journey ahead of you, Kelsey. Reading Assassin's Apprentice. It's so good. I've read only the first trilogy.
Yeah, me too.
The multiple
and I meant to continue on this year and I didn't.
Really?
I need to like do a trilogy a year. Like I think that I could do that.
Yeah.
Or like a series a year, because I do feel like I love Robin Hobb, but because of the way that she writes, I do have to have a break from her writing because she's very detailed and very not depressing, but like there's a lot of bad, like sad things.
Yeah, it is. And a little bit more character driven. Like there's definitely a lot of action as well, but it is pretty character driven. And Ship of Magic is next for both of us then. And I don't tend to love books set on ships. Although I did like Tress, and that was set on a ship. I don't know.
You're changing. Maybe your reading tastes are changing.
Maybe I need to just pretend like I love them and convince myself. Fake it till you make it. Happy Thanksgiving to your American friends. Thank you, Gwen. I'm going to continue listening to The Light Years by Elizabeth Jane Howard. Cozy under a blanket. This morning was minus 40 Celsius. Oof. I don't know what that translates to, but I'm sure it's cold. It sounds cold. And I think I'm going to continue listening to The Light Years. Oh, it's now warmed up to minus 30. Oh my goodness. That's like 0, isn't it? Isn't it like 32 degrees difference or something like that? I don't know.
The conversion is Celsius to Fahrenheit is 9/5 the Fahrenheit plus 32.
Me and math don't go very well. Usually I just say, Alexa, what is negative 30 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
What?
She didn't hear me. Your Alexa is not nice.
Alexa, what is 30? What?
Minus 30.
Alexa, what is minus 30 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
Minus 30 degrees Celsius is minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh, that's minus 22. Yikes. Where are you, Gwen? That's really cold. That is really cold. Are you in Canada, Saskatchewan? That might be where you are. I forget. Christmas by the Book. Oh, that's a nice one, Kelly. Which book did you love? What is Sue reading? I have to go way back. My word. A scientific book. Oh, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Okay. And the one about the fungi. Thank you, Leander. I'm starting Christmas with a Crank. Fun. That's her newest one. We got that one already. Hello. And you know what? I'm going to have to fly through, friends. You guys know the drill because there's a lot of people here. So we're going to go quick. Set in Savannah. Oh, that's the one. Not Charleston, Savannah, Georgia. Build your own Christmas movie romance. What? That sounds fun, Cajun. That sounds like a lot of fun. My goal is to get a bit further into Zodiac Academy, but first food. Do it. Mistborn. Yay. The Plan by Kendra. Oh, good. You'll have to tell me, Glenda, if you like it. Be reading 12 Days of Mistletoe. Fun. I finished The Briar Club last night. It was very good. I still need to finish reading the author's note. It's very detailed author's note. Number 4 in the Timeless series. Let me do a couple more, and then Danny, I want to hear what you're reading tonight. I don't need suggestions. I have plenty of options. I'm just really tired. I may just YouTube and come back for the visiting. Hey, that's fine too, Pamela. Totally, totally fine. Reading The Last Devil to Die and listening to We Solve Murders. 2 mysteries. You're in a mystery mood, Amy. And then on to Christmas books. I've already decorated. Thanksgiving dinner is over. Now I can put my tree up. Yep. There's a lot of those out there, Rainey. You are not alone. Reading 100 Years of Lenny and Margot. It will wreck you. Have tissues ready. It will. Be prepared. I was a mess. It was so lovely, but I was a mess. Assistant to the Villain has no spice. Some people don't like it. It was a fun, campy read. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it. I think I'm going to love it, but I'm not sure now.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's one that at first got a lot of buzz. Like a lot of people were loving it.
Yeah.
And then I started hearing like, I didn't really like that. So now I'm very curious where I'm going to land, but I think
I didn't hate it. Like it wasn't like, it was just kind of okay, I read that. It was a book I read.
Yeah. There's a lot of those, but sometimes that's okay. They don't all have to be like super memorable. Our brains wouldn't be able to carry them all. Used to be the day after, but I have so much to decorate and I'm older. So I decorate all Thanksgiving week. Nothing in the main living room until after Thanksgiving because I want the fall up for that. Nice, Kelly. Hi, Michelle. Finished an old Lisa C. Flower. Oh, Snowflower and the Secret Fan, maybe is what you're talking about. 2.5 stars. Boo. Oh, no. That's no fun. 55 pages into the Finding of Martha Lost. Nice. 3rd book for the readathon. Woo-hoo. Robin Hobb is queen. Yes, Emily is a big stand for Robin Hobb. Small town outside of Rochester. Yes, I'm sure because I lived in a small town outside of Rochester for a while too. Lived in North Chili during some of my high school years and college, all through college. That's where my family lived. Everyone says they hate books about pirates and then they reach up a magic and say how fantastic it is. I know. I don't hate pirates. I just don't like ship talk. I don't know. It is okay. Yeah, sure. I've just recently been diagnosed. Oh man, Jennifer. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry to hear that. Definitely, it's okay to ask for prayer all the time, always. This is a safe space. Do you remember the title of the book you suggested where if the people got touched by snow? Yes. Was it Snow Drowned? I can look it up. It was on my anticipated reads. I'm looking right now. It is called 2024. Snow Drowned by Jennifer Lyle. Came out on November 5th. I haven't read it, but it sounds like a cool story. Trying to decide if I want to get to the Mistborn series or Assassins. That's a tough choice. They're both fantastic.
If you want a quicker read, I'd go for Mistborn.
Yeah.
If you want something a little bit more detailed, I'd go for Assassins.
Yeah. It's true. It depends on what mood you're in. Hello, Renee. Reading Legends and Lattes with Jen from Bookish Blonde. Hi, Lena. Doing some online Black Friday shopping. Watching Elf. Perfect. Trying to finish the Briar Club. When is your live for that, Lena? Give us a shout out because you guys are having a live early this coming week, I think, at some point for a Briar Club. 30 is so cold. What the heck? Where are you? Right? I hear that. Falling Again for the Animal Whisperer by Becky Wicks. on Kindle. I think -40 is the same as -40. Okay. Let's visit. I'm in Syracuse. I know I don't have time this time around for visiting, but maybe someday. I'm in Saskatchewan. Oh, yes. I'm so proud of myself that I remembered that, Gwen. 7 inches of snow last weekend, so it's feeling like Christmas. Nice. 26 in New England. Ugh. Or Nebraska. Nebraska, not New England. I'm also currently reading A Place Beyond Courage by Elizabeth Chadwick on Kindle as well. Carrying Over might also start another read. I hope everyone is enjoying the holiday. Thank you, thank you. You as well. Reading Winter Solstice. Oh, wonderful time of year to read that one. Nebraska, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, getting some romance on. It's called Flower Net. Oh, it's a really old Lisa C. I also, what? On your own initiative? Michelle, are you making my little heart happy right now? That's amazing. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. Okay, that's one of his secret projects from this past year or last year. Who are you? I agree. Who are you? I haven't read that one. I'm very curious what you're going to think of it. There you go. Here's the breakdown, which is basically what Danny just said. Hard Magic says, yeah, there's a lot more magic in Mistborn. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Oh, I'm so glad. Sweet. Okay. You're here now, Katie. So glad you got to talk to your friend and still join us. We need to get into a sprint. I have to go find my book. I'm reading Sipsworth. I'm going to start Sipsworth. What did you say you're reading, Danny? Did you say
I'll be reading Rewitched. I have 20% to go and I have to finish it tonight because it goes back to the library tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. Got to get it done. Hello to another Saskatchewanian. That's quite a name. All right. We are going to have a little fireplace with a little bit of snow. Since I saw snow this weekend, I'm putting snow in the ambient room. And let's go ahead and read until 50. I know, Danny, you're on my sprints now. Shorter sprints.
Okay.
I don't do hours. I can't do it. I just can't.
I am prepared. I already ate because I was like, I don't have an hour-long sprint to eat in. So.
All right, we're going to go to 50 and happy reading, everyone. We'll be back in a little bit. Right, all right. How did everybody do? I started Sipsworth, which is what I picked for comfort read that I landed on. And I do think it's going to be like a cozy feel of a book. I just started it. So I'm 30 pages in. Chapters are short. And we're really just in the mind of this old woman who lives by herself. Little bit of flashbacks, very much day to day. She goes into the kitchen, she grabs this, she does this, she goes back out here, she's doing like very simple as of right now, but we're just kind of getting a feel for her day and how she feels it being on her own and 80 something years old. And she just found a mouse. So the mouse is going to be her companion, I think. Oh, he's not even on the cover. But
I love an older protagonist. That's one of my favorite things.
me too. How did you do?
I got one chapter and it almost made me cry because one of the characters is an older man and he's just very sweet and kind of, he's a little eccentric and his heart is in the right place and he's a little goofy, but some of the kind of sentiments that he had in this chapter were very sweet.
What is it that you're reading again?
It's called Rewitched. It's about a girl who ends up having to, she's 30 years old. She's just turned 30 at the very beginning of the book. And she has to go through a trial to keep her magic. And she didn't realize the trial existed. So she hasn't really been practicing. And so she has to go through all these things to see if she can keep her magic for the rest of her life.
Is that the one that was chosen as a buddy read for Bucket List-athon? I never had heard of it before.
Yeah, it's a new release this year. So
fun. How did everybody else do? Starting the 5th book in Pages & Co. Sorry, I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Glad I had a napkin right there. Yay for getting. Is the 5th one the last one? Or there might be 6. I think there's 6. Reading book 36 in the Meg Langslow series. Katie, wow. That's impressive that you've stuck with this series for 36 books. Is that the longest series you've ever read? I'm curious now. Like, what is the longest series that you guys have read? I think Harry Potter has 7. That's about. No, I'm farther in the Three Pines mystery series by Louise Penny. I'm on book 11, I think. But have I read something with more than 11 books in it?
I definitely, like, my norm is, my max might be 7, and I don't even know.
Yeah. Some of those cozy mystery series, or like the alphabet one.
Yeah.
I forget who wrote that. Yeah, there's some series that are super long.
Yeah, like Discworld.
Yeah. I'm reading The Mighty Red by Louise Erdrich. It's hard. I have a bit of a book hangover. Just finished Shelterwood and it broke me a little bit. Ooh, Midge. I have Shelterwood on my shelves. I did grab it from Book of the Month a couple months ago and I haven't yet read it, but it kind of like moves it up in my radar when you tell me that it broke you a little bit, because I love books that make me cry and like feel deep emotions. So maybe I need to make that one a little bit more of a priority. Hello, welcome, first timer. Jen, I'm glad you're here. Reading Hills of Shivers and Shadows. What a fun title. Currently at 50%. Chrissy's in the house. Hello, Chrissy. Reading Taliesin. Hope to finish. I hope you finish it as well. Good luck. Not much reading. Eating leftovers. Hey, yum. Just finished my leftovers too. Message to friend. I made it to page 495 in Mistborn. Making good progress. No reading. Getting caught up on supporting my new friends' channels. Love that. 8 pages. Go slower because I annotate. Although I'm now on page 27. What does annotating mean to you, Emily? Because I know different people do different things. So do you like underline, make notes, put tabs? Are you Danny? Do you annotate in your books?
I have, I would not call myself an annotator because I only do it, I do it very rarely. And most of the time it's on reread. And I usually only tab because I am so nervous about writing in books. I feel like I have to be certain with what I'm writing because
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin the page. So I got the like little invisible Post-it notes that you can put on
Okay.
pages
Yeah.
so you can write over them. But I
Yeah.
haven't found any pens that actually don't smear.
Oh,
But I got a recommendation from Witchy Reads recently because she has the same problem. And so I'm going to try some different pens and see if that works better for me.
fun. I have annotated in like nonfiction books, but I don't ever like typically when I'm reading, it's for fun. And so I'm not like if I'm doing a buddy read or something, I'll take notes, but
Yeah.
in a notebook or on my
Right.
note app on my phone or somewhere else, not always. And I might tab things occasionally, but more often than not, I just enjoy just read for
One
the
I've done recently was Past Crimes, which is a mystery. It's a sci-fi mystery book, and I was reading it for Leander's birthday, and so I was reading it and then writing my thoughts as we go because we buddy read so often. So I thought it would be fun to give her a book that had my writing in it instead of like
Oh, yeah,
hearing. So that was fun.
sweet. I love that. I do think that I have a couple mysteries that I want to try to solve.
Yes,
And I'm really bad at that. So I think it'll be
me
funny.
too.
Because I often just get so caught up that I believe everybody and I'm in the story. Like I just feel what the characters are feeling and I just forget that, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be trying to like distrust these people and like
Yes.
think that somebody's lying. Yeah, I get so caught up in the emotions of it that I forget to try to figure it out. But I think there are a couple that I've gotten recently that are like the clues are right there for you. I'm like, oh, maybe I should try to solve this.
Ooh.
That would be
Have you
good.
read Tom Mead?
No.
Oh, you should try Death and the Conjurer.
What's it called?
Death and the Conjurer.
I'm
It's by
putting it on my
Tom Mead.
Goodreads, but listen, I'm gonna do something drastic in the new year. I'm Death in the Conjure.
I think it's Death and maybe Death and the Conjurer. It's about locked room
Yeah.
mysteries.
Okay.
And
That was
it's the Joseph Spector series, and he's like an illusionist, and he helps the detective solve locked room murders. It's very
fun.
fun. And the reason I say that is because I am also really bad at solving mysteries, but the character Joseph Spector in those books will point things out to you that you should notice. And
Mm,
he like subtly explains things to the detective as you go as well. It's very fun. And at the end, he will tell you when you have enough clues to solve it. He's like, okay, like telling the reader, like warning to the reader, you should know now who is the murderer.
interesting.
Yeah. It's very
I
fun.
might have to try that. Okay. I feel like I'm moving into a mystery era in my reading, and maybe because I'm watching more Leandra. I don't know. Like I have always loved mystery, and when I was a teenager, YA wasn't a thing as a separate genre because I'm that old. But
Why it wasn't a genre when I was young either.
it really wasn't until Harry Potter, and then it like well, maybe Harry Potter wasn't the first, but there were very few that were labeled YA. But anyways, I was reading Mary Higgins Clark. I loved Mary Higgins Clark in high school. It's like classic, not classic, but older mystery books. And I just read tons of Mary Higgins Clark. And then I have kind of gotten away from it, but I've realized I have so many on my shelves right now that I just need to make that a priority in the new year. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I need to, I would like to get to some of those. Got distracted, but ended up reading 17 pages. Good job. Read 29 pages. Very tired. Oh, that's okay. Sandy, stay as long as you can or want to. Go to bed if you need to. That's fine too. Leftovers are the best. Hi, Brenda. We've only had one sprint, so you're not that late. Reading The Wager. Nice. Jen made it to 52%. Good. I love Kendra. I know she just feels so personable. Have you heard of her, Danny? She wrote The Lazy Genius Way. She's just kind of like productivity, not self-help per se, but like her first book, The Lazy Genius Way, was about being a genius about the things that really matter to you and figuring out what matters to you and being lazy about the things that don't and not caring about things that other people care about just because they care about them, but like what
Yeah.
really matters to you, and be wise about them and do and a lot very practical, lots of takeaways, things that you can apply immediately. And so her new one, The Plan, is about time management. So I'm very excited to read it because she's funny as well, and just just very open, and you feel like you're sitting with a friend having a chat about time management and all that. 20 from William Kent Kruger. Oh, that's the Iron Lake, I think, is the first book in that series. The Cork McConnell, I think, mystery series. Cork O'Connor. Yeah, here she goes. That's close. Nice. 20. That's a lot of books in one series. Finished filming 2 videos and setting up a new Harry Potter Christmas. Ooh, a new Harry Potter Christmas village. That's fun, Jen. I love that. The longest series was Realm of the Elder, like 16 books. You finished. Chrissy's another Robin Hobb stan. Oh yeah, Left Behind. I read those back in the day. That has a lot of books in it. I forget how many, but Janet Ivanovich and Sue Grafton. Yeah, Sue Grafton is the one that does the alphabet letter books. I couldn't remember her name. Sue read 12 pages. The longest series was 58. Holy moly, the Donut Shop series by Jessica Beck. That's amazing. 58 books. Longest series is the Rebus series, police procedural by Ian Rankin. The last book was number 25. Yeah, certainly a commitment.
Yeah.
You guys are impressing me. Switched over laundry, decided to start Blue Sisters. Nice. Rewished was a cute and cozy read. So release was bigger in England, I think. Heard about it on BookTube, on the Book Break YouTube channel. Nice. Yeah, I've never heard of it. It sounds like a fun one, though. You tell me it's cute and cozy, and I'm in. Nancy Drew is longer, but I haven't read it to completion. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. Nora Roberts has more than 60 books. Oh, my word. In one of her series. Holy moly, not even trying that one. Yeah. Katie, are you a completionist? Like, if you were to start it, would you feel the need to continue all the way to the end? Or are you someone who's like, yeah, I don't need to keep going with that? I'm not.
I would get tired of it. I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
I have so many series in the go right now that I'm definitely not a completionist. Underline tab, color code the tabs for some books. Okay, this is your annotating. Only if I know I'm going to keep the book. Sure. And I annotate mostly fantasy like Sanderson Hobb, where I'm going to have to remember. I just don't remember. And then I feel like it's okay because my mind is not going to grow, because those worlds, both of them, are so well developed.
They're vast. Yeah.
And his brain is so brilliant. Like, I just know I'm not going to catch everything. So I feel like I felt that way when I got to the end of Way of Kings. I'm like, I still don't know half of what's going on, but I'm just going to keep going, and I love it and I'm here for it. So I'm going to keep going. But I feel like that's what makes it fun for a reread potentially down the road, because then you have an idea of the story, especially if you've read the whole series. So my plan is to read through 5 and then stop, because it's going to be forever before he starts the next. But that's what I did with Mistborn. I read the 3 Mistborn, and then I've never read the second era Mistborn.
I've read the first 2 books in era 2. And I started my reread of era 1 because I wanted to read. I know that I'm pretty sure era 2 is over now.
Okay.
Like, the last book was published. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to start at era 1. I'm going to read all the way through, and then I'm going to go to the end.
Yeah.
That's kind of my plan.
I feel like there's so many other Sanderson books out there that I still want to read that it's okay if I don't start right up. I'm so far behind anyway that it's fine.
And you're not going to catch up because he writes 4 books in a year.
I know. He writes crazy. They're amazing. And what's in it? If I'm keeping the book, I'll annotate. No one needs to know my thoughts. But how fun is it, though, sometimes when I find a book at a library book sale or in a little free library that has someone else's notes? I just think that's really cool.
I love that in college. Like, when I was like getting like literature books that you'd have to read for different English classes, I would like to see other people's annotations, because you could kind of figure out, oh, that's what that means. Or yeah.
In classics. Oh yeah, that would be super helpful.
Yeah.
You want to pop in and say hello? Just put your head right here.
I look like a scumbag.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Hello.
There's the mom. She is reading, what is it? Invisible Hour by Alice Hoffman right now. So she's reading too. She's just sitting in her comfy chair in the living room.
I'm not you.
You're not me, not on screen. That's okay. I think I've read all of Hercule Poirot, Miss Marple, Tommy and Tuppence. That's a lot of Agatha Christie's, Katie.
It is.
Hello, hello. Just found today's sprints. Yay. I'm so glad you're excited. Warm but rainy day. So Australia is moving into summer, which is nice sounding at the moment. Worked in a puzzle with my youngest, read a chapter, and had pie with the family. That was a pretty productive sprint for you, Amanda. Hello, starting The Forgotten Home Child by Genevieve Graham. That sounds good. Hi, Molly. Reading The Fallen Fruit by Chantel Madison. I love hearing all the books that I've never heard of before. Hi, Terry. Sanderson has 75 books out. Yeah, he is not on my read to zero list. Not at all.
I would love to say I've read Sanderson to zero, but that
What
will
an accomplishment.
probably never happen.
Yeah. Yes, I need to know how these characters get along later in life. So she is a completionist. Interesting. The Wayward Children, and who knows
I need to read that
when
one.
that's going to end. Honestly, I didn't care for the first book of that a while ago when I read it, so I never continued.
It does. I think each one follows a different character, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it just didn't connect with me, so I didn't. It was fine, but I heard you can't read The Lost Metal until you read Rhythm of War because there is a crossover now. Oh, interesting. Hated others' annotations in college because what if they annotated wrong? But now
That's
I love
true.
it. Hi, Krista's mom. Braun from Australia says hello.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, lots of people say hello. I'm just not there yet. The In Death series is 60 books long, stopped at 25. Maybe I could read every fifth book and just catch up that way. So skip 4, read 1, skip 4, read 1. I love it. Hi, Mom. Reading Theo of Golden. Oh, Stacy, that's in my stack to still finish before the end of the year. And I'm still hopeful it will become a favorite, among my favorites of the year. I just don't know if I can get to it. We'll see. Just joined in reading P.S. I Hate You by Lauren Connolly. Hello from Jennifer to Mom. She says hi too. Right, sweet. That brings us to the end of the chat. Let's just dive into another sprint since we had a lot of chat at the beginning, and then we'll talk Thanksgiving and end of the year and all that kind of stuff. So it is 8:08. Let's go till 40. Stretching myself. So 32 minutes. All right. Happy reading, everyone. See you in a bit. All right, all right. Come on back. I had a busy sprint. I made some more tea. I helped my mom get a sliver out of her finger. I only read about 15 more pages. But it's sweet. I'm enjoying it. It's kind of like bittersweet, sweet and sad.
Yeah.
But I love that. So, and what else did I do? I think that was it. I don't know. How did you do?
I got another chapter and a half read, so I'm like 87% now.
Nice.
Developments have been made. So the plot thickens.
Nice. Very fun. I added the Conjurer, whatever the one, Death and the Conjurer, to my Amazon wish list because I think I'm going to swipe my want to read list on Goodreads. Totally clean. I've been like chipping away at it little by little. I'm like, you know what? I think in the new year, I'm just going to start with anticipated reads that are coming out because I don't want to forget which I've already been marking some as want to read so that I remember when I do an anticipated read video. So I'll keep those, but I think I'm going to just start at 0 and then it'll be kind of cool to see what gets added as the year goes on. Like new.
Nice.
Because honestly, this is what happens. Like you just mentioned that book and I'll put it on my want to read list and then I'll promptly forget about it. But if I make it a little bit more of a tool instead of just a place to list all the books, I don't know. I just want to try something different with it. So
that makes sense.
I've been going through it and like, I don't even know what this book is. Get it off. I already own this book now. Get it off.
Right.
My biggest thing with Goodreads, I have made it work for me, and I don't even care that it doesn't have half stars. You can write that in the comments if you want to. My biggest gripe is that if I mark a book as read, but I don't check the format. So I might have this book as read as a paperback, and then it might be on another list as a hardcover, and it doesn't like merge those things. That's should be a little bit more intuitive than that. Just a little bit more intuitive. Like figure it out. It's the same book, same title, same author, different format, but they can still be.
And did you say that you can check for duplicates? Because I do need to do that because I know that I have some duplicates on my
so
list.
If you go onto my books and then all the way down at the bottom on the left-hand side, there's like your folders and blah, 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 all those things. But down at the bottom, there's
find duplicates.
Find duplicates, yeah.
Nice.
So I have a couple that are on purpose duplicates because I have multiple copies or whatever. But yeah, I go through that occasionally. But yeah, that's my biggest gripe. So Danni, I just saw a premiere of like upcoming video from you and Leandra, and I'm very excited to know more, but I'm like, you're probably not going to tell me anything. You're going to make me wait for the first.
You have to wait.
That's so exciting though. I saw it and I'm like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be a fun time.
That's very cool. So you guys take a look at Danni's channel. I did link her. I did that this sprint too. I went into the description and added you a link to your channel in there so that people can go and find you. And she has a video coming out with Leandra from the TBR 0 on December 1st. So on Sunday. That's premiering.
We're premiering and we're going to do it during sprints. So Leandra will have sprints. I'll be on her channel and then we'll go to a sprint and there'll be the premiere. So it's going to be very fun.
Perfect. I love that. That's exciting. I love end of the year, like announcements. There's so many people coming up with some stuff for next year and it's a lot of fun to see all the fun things people are coming up with. Okay. Wayward Children.
Okay.
Well, about them following different characters. Some books follow one character story in their world, and some books follow a few of them in real time at the school. Okay.
See, I don't know that I would like
Like-
the real world. Like, I want the portal
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. And I think the first one mostly happens in the real world. I was in the bookstore the other day and noticed a couple of books being re-released with annotations included. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen that. Like some classics have been
One of
re-released.
the things, which this isn't a book, but Sanderson in his Year of Sanderson last year put out a notebook that had some of his annotations in it, and it
Oh,
was really fun.
That's
So like
cool.
most of it's blank pages, but like you'll have little like statements from him or written things from him that he has written in his journals about his books. It was very fun.
That's cool. Did you like purchase the Kickstarter and get all the things as they came? Oh my goodness. That's
I
awesome.
did. I don't ever do things like that, but when it came out, like when the announcement came out, I went and I talked to my husband about it, and I was like, I really want to do this, and he's like, do it. I'm like, it's I don't know if I should, and he's like, do it.
Good job being supportive. I love it. Reading the second book in Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I've read that far, the first two, and I think I'm done. Like I
I
think
read the first one and I'm done. I can't do Alzheimer's storylines.
Gotcha. Yeah, don't ever read Alice.
Is it Becoming Alice? Is that the one you're going to say?
The Lisa Genova one? Still Alice. Still
Is
Alice.
it still Alice? Okay, it is the one I was thinking
Oh.
of. Yeah, I've heard. And
Yeah.
I love, like, I think that it's a beautiful story that a lot of people can write with that topic, but my grandmother had Alzheimer's and it's just very close to home.
Sure, yeah. No, and Lisa Genova's book, because she's a neurosurgeon, like neuroscientist, neurosurgeon, I think. So she knows like the science of
Yeah.
everything. And so, but she just captures so well what's going on in their brains, but also how it impacts the people in their circles, like family and friends and neighbors and work and all that. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Barbara, hello, sitting by the wood stove. I am not by the wood stove is like over in the other room. I'm not by the wood stove. It's too dark over there. But I have been throughout the day. We watched one Christmas movie earlier today. Cheesy Netflix Christmas movie. We stayed awake for that one, and then we got up and did a few things, and then we sat down to do another one, and we both mom and I fell asleep. We're like, what is this movie even about? Yeah. Finishing books tonight. The little old lady who broke all the rules finished. Yay. And the end of The Joy of Well-Being. Nice. It's wonderful. This is about Theo of Golden. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Can't wait to read it. The Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborn. First fantasy I found where the dragons breathe ice. Ooh, interesting. It's a different take on things. 8 pages for Sue. Made it to 513 of Mistborn. Finished your book. Woo woo. Now to pick up another one of my current reads. Girl, I hear you. I think I still have 5 or 6 going at the moment. I might switch.
Leandra will be excited that you added Tom Mead to your list because
Oh,
I
yeah.
have found Tom Mead because of Leandra. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually just hauled a book in my book haul that went up today, Leandra, that I was like, as I got it, I'm like, I wonder if Leandra's read this one. It's a classic called The Winteringham Mystery, The Winteringham House, The Winteringham Mystery. I forget what it's called now. But Agatha Christie blurbs this book. Like, so I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. I'm going to get it just because Agatha Christie blurbs it. But it sounds like a witty British classic. I don't know if it's a classic or just modern classic. I don't know. I don't know when it was written, but it's a little older. But it made me think. Anytime I pick up a mystery now, I'm like, I wonder if Leandra read this. Probably. The answer is probably. Jen listened to a few chapters now, trying to figure out where to put my decorations that used to go where the village is now. Push your books back on your bookshelf. Use your shelves. I don't know. Read a few more chapters. Need to get the kids ready for bed. Good luck, Joanna. May the force be with you. I decided to alternate books. I've read the first chapter of Handful of Heaven, my first Kristen Hannah book. I don't know that one. A Handful of Heaven.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah. Interesting. No reading for Jen. Watch The Great British Bake Off. Yay. Such a delightful show. Oh my word. I'm behind a few episodes because I go to my friend Michelle's house and that's what we watch together. So we're both
That's cute.
we're both not allowed to watch it on our own because we hang out and watch it together. So we'll have a few to catch up on next time I go over. Read one page and ate my pies. Nice. Left over from yesterday. It was a sliver pieces of 4 pies. Oh my goodness, that sounds fabulous. A little bit of
Little
this,
taste
a
of
little bit of that. I love it. A flight. It's a pie flight. I did not put Wind and Truth on my wish list. I don't think, but I will. Judy, I will, Judy. Judy's my supplier. she's my Sanderson supplier. She has been so kind and gracious in birthday and Christmas of the last couple of years, and almost all of my Sanderson books have been gifted to me by the lovely Judy. I don't know because I want it in the same floppy paperback.
That's why I'm waiting too, because it's only in hardback right now.
Okay, so yeah, that's why it's not, because I want that same, so it matches the other 4 that you've given me already. They're all that floppy big paperback. So I'll wait a little bit. Let me see. Finish the Christmas Ruse. Very cute, clean story. Fun. Time to try and record while the munchkins are quiet. Hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out. He has a 5th secret project on Kickstarter. I did not order it, but I ordered the other 4. And at that point,
I didn't order the 5th one.
Oh my goodness, Brandon. Glad I love it. Yeah, seriously, you ordered the Kickstarter after only having read Mistborn. That's crazy. I love it. Cleared my want to read list on Goodreads a year or 2 ago, and it's already back up to 800 plus. Oh my gosh, Michelle. Mine was never quite that big because it's not my owned book. It's only books that I hear about and want to look into more.
I keep mine at under 300. If it gets above 300, I start deleting things.
Yeah. I think mine's under 100 right now, but that's because I've been ruthlessly eliminating. Just joined during this last sprint, listening to Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. Very interesting, but a tough situation story. Definitely trigger warning worthy for some people, I'm sure. Yeah, I've heard that about that one. I've not read it though. Had dinner. No holiday here from Argentina. That's fine. It was my mom's birthday. That's a holiday. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy belated birthday. So we also had leftovers.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm not talking to you. Picked up Heartless by Elsie
It's my
Silver.
reading sprint. Be quiet.
I'm not being quiet. You got to do it on the right times, Mom. Just purchased When the Moon, here we go. When the Moon Hatched, because it was on sale. Yes, I haven't read that one, but I have meaning to. It came out in the 1920s. Perfect. I don't know what GAD era is.
Golden Age detective fiction.
Golden Age detective. Thank you.
The only reason I know that is because I talked to her.
It just looks like it's going to be a fun one. So by the time you're ready to read it, it probably, no shade. It's so true though. It probably will be out in floppy because I'm only on, Edge Dancer / Oathbringer. I just finished Words of Radiance.
I think you'll like Edge Dancer. I think you're going to like Lift.
Yeah, I hope so.
She's fun.
I don't know how to separate own TBR from want to read. I made an exclusive shelf. So if you go into your folders and then edit them, it gives you all these options. And so Goodreads only gives you currently reading, read, and want to read originally as your 3 exclusive shelves. I make lots of other exclusive shelves. So I have owned TBR fiction, owned TBR nonfiction, owned TBR middle grade, owned TBR Kindle, but I think I deleted the Kindle.
Interesting. So you make them exclusive shelves. I was gonna say I have a whole bunch of shelves, but I only have DNF is the only one that I've made exclusive.
Yep, DNF. I have Save for Later, which is like soft DNF. Like I do want to get back to it, but just not right now. So I have that saved for later. So I remember. Yeah. So I have a whole set of exclusive shelves. So each book can only be on one of those shelves. Then you can put it in as many other shelves as you want. And then I did go through a couple years ago and added all of my books into my own TBR shelves. And now when I do a book haul video, I don't shelve those books until I add them to Goodreads. So I technically should have all of my books. Then I can look at it and see, oh, I right now have like 800 owned TBR fiction or whatever ridiculous number that it is. But yeah, I make them exclusive so that my want to read is not anything that I own. It's just things people talk about or that I want to look into or that I do want to read, but don't necessarily want to put it on a wish list or anything yet. I want to look into it a little more first. I wish you could notate where you heard about the book, who recommended it on Goodreads. Yeah, that would be a good thing to add too. I've trained Danni well. I love it. Handful of Heaven is Kristen Hanna's first book. Very hard to find. The cover is making me nervous. Oh no. But if you think about it, it's probably pretty old. So different style for different time periods. Like it's fine. You're welcome to your mom. Happy birthday to the mom. Dawn Shard was better than Edge Dancer. Ooh. Put your dukes up. I have exclusive shelf for my books purchased in 2024 and recently created a DNF exclusive shelf finally. Leandra, I've been inspired by you, not only because I'm entering my mystery era, but because you've had the goal this year of reading all the books that you purchased this year. I'm going to do something similar next year, but with gifted. Like books that have been given to me, starting fresh. Like I should have done it all along so that I'm prioritizing those ones. But starting with whatever I receive for Christmas and anything sent to me by a publisher or an author. I have a shelf that I'm clearing out on my bookshelves in my room so that I can put all my gifted books there. So I'll see them separately and hopefully prioritize those ones throughout the year and read them all, hopefully before the end of the year. Like that would be the goal. So it's like TBR 0, but for gifted books. I feel like I barely add stuff anymore unless I buy it or don't want to forget it. I should do a purge. Yeah. I did these in the wrong order. Sorry. I have almost 2,000 books on my Goodreads to read list, but that's from having an account for 11 years. Yeah. I think I started my Goodreads in 2013 as well. So I've made it work for me, which is why I did, when Storygraph first came out, I set up an account and everything, but I had already like made Goodreads work for me.
Yeah.
Even though it's not perfect, like it definitely has things it can improve on, but switching to Storygraph that was so different in a lot of different, like, my brain couldn't compute it. I'm like, I don't want to. And I'm not somebody who mood reads. So I don't pick up a book based on the mood or the vibe, which is something that's great about Storygraph. I'm not somebody who looks up trigger warnings. So that's also something that's great about Storygraph. So there's definitely benefits to it, but it's not something that I felt like I needed to switch for. No. I try to, for the most part, because originally I was just scanning the cover, but now I try to scan this one doesn't have it because it's an ARC, but now I try to scan the barcode, the ISBN number on the back so that it does get the right edition. But I'm not super particular about it. But that's why I have so many duplicates. I have yet seen a writer properly describe what dragons eat. If it is a village's sheep, no wonder the villagers want them dead. Even so, there would not be enough sheep to sustain a creature like them. Yeah. Judy, that's so random.
If you want an example of that, Temeraire by Naomi Novik does describe what dragons eat.
Oh, there you go. Temeraire?
I think the first book is called His Majesty's Dragon.
Okay.
It's lovely.
Oh, there you go.
Cozy dragon book.
Like that. I love it. Hi, Chloe. Never heard of exclusive shelves, but I'm so inconsistent with Goodreads. Yeah, I'm pretty consistent. I'm on there almost
Yeah.
daily.
Me too.
Love that idea. Goal of reading all books gifted in 2025. Because there's no way I don't have a goal to read my bookshelves to zero. Like that's just not a reality or a desire of mine. But gifted books, I do want to read all of them because people have so kindly like gifted them to me, whether it be a publisher or an author or a friend or a subscriber or whatever. Like I do want to prioritize those. So it's going on my TBR game for the year, and it's also going to have its own special shelf in my library. DNF is also the only exclusive list I made, but then I have a bunch of lists, including one per year. Yeah, I do a year as well without checking the challenge. Yep, that's what I do. That's the only shelf I really have is years. I don't do a lot of other ones. Thank you. I feel like it's kind of like end of the day, but thank you. That's kind. All right. Oh, I thought we were done. We are not. It was just in the wrong spot. A creature such as them. Go into your folders, like go into Goodreads, and near where it says folders, there's a little button that says edit. If you click on that edit folder, or it might say edit folders, or it might just say edit, click on that and it'll open up your folders and you'll have a list of all your folders that you've created and then like a check, like little boxes that you could check with different categories. So exclusive is the one that makes it so that a book can only be in one of those exclusive folders, where it could be in multiple other folders, but only one of the exclusive ones. Same thing happened to me with Storygraph. So I stuck with Goodreads and a personal spreadsheet. Yeah, I have no desire to put all my books in a spreadsheet either. I have lots of spreadsheets, but not for everything that I own. I scanned covers, but I didn't know Barcode would find the right edition. Yeah, it will get, I think it will. Exclusively, yeah, oh my goodness, the app for Goodreads. No.
I've never tried it.
I do update like my current reads, like where
Yeah.
I'm at in a book. I'll update that on my app, or I'll add books from the app. But as far as organizing and all that stuff, the app is horrible. And I scan the books using the app. So there are benefits, but yay, finished our pages for the day. I love the idea of reading all your gifted books each year. It's a lovely tribute to the people, right? I should have been prioritizing them already, but I keep finding, like, I'll pick up a book to read. I'm like, oh, this was gifted to me. That's right. Dragons and the Napoleonic War, Temeraire. I got the series, just need to read it. Story of Our Lives, Emily, Story of Our Lives. I buy a lot of, me too, Ollie's. So when I need to cut down the stack of my cart, I often buy the ones I already want. Yeah. I'm part of a series. Yeah. I've done that before too, where if I'm going to use, like Second and Charles is a used bookstore, I will get store credit from bringing books in, but then I'll only, well, in the past, I won't be able to do this if I take away my want to read list. I will only look for books that are already on my want to read list for purchasing and not just anything, because I feel like it's already on my radar that way. But if I do away with it, I'm going to have to rethink that. I'm reading Sipsworth. Can't really see it.
I'm reading Rewitched.
Cozy fantasy, right?
Yep.
I have a spreadsheet per year. I mark what I buy and what I read and then reuse it the next year. Nice. Also have a page on my spreadsheet for physical TBR. Gets updated yearly. Amazing. All right, let's dive into another sprint because we need to read. I need to read a lot this one. So it's 9:04. Let's go till 30 again. Sorry, we chatted for a little extra that time. Yeah, see you in a bit. Happy reading, everyone.
Do a little exercise.
All right, everyone. Come on back. Can you bring me my keys that are right over there? Oh, are they over there?
You what?
My car keys, are they there?
Okay.
I might have put them. I'll find them. I don't know where I put them. They have my headphones. Hi, guys. How did that sprint go for you?
I got another chapter read, and I also caught up with Katie for our buddy read. I did finish our buddy read pages earlier today, but I had not messaged her yet. So
Nice.
yeah.
What do you use mostly for buddy reads to communicate with?
With Katie, I'm using Instagram, but I usually use Voxer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually know why we're using Instagram because I'm pretty sure Katie's on Voxer.
Yeah, that's funny. And because on Instagram, if you're leaving a voice note, it can only be 1 minute, right?
5. They changed it recently. Yeah.
That's nice. It's a little easier. I remember I've done buddy reads on Instagram before, and I'm like leaving multiple voices.
Yes.
Like trying to watch the time so that I don't keep talking and not. Mom, there's another mosquito. Weird.
Oh, no. Especially with the snow. You'd think they'd all be dead.
Yeah, no, and it's very like faltering flight. I don't know why. Weird. Yeah, Voxer is my preferred buddy read method as well. Because you can type out, like if you're reading, because I'm not someone who stays on track on purpose with the other person. Like we usually end up staying pretty close, but I don't ever usually like 40 pages a day or whatever. We're usually like, okay, let's just start on this day. And then we write chapters 2 and 3 and then share our thoughts or whatever about each part. But if the other person is not there yet, they can see, oh, I don't want to listen to this one yet. Whatever. So yeah, I like Voxer. I did pretty good. I think I am going to switch next sprint because this is a little bit sad. Like not bad, but she's just really lonely to the point where she feels connecting to this mouse, but it's not a super sad loneliness, but I just need something a little different at the moment. So I made it up to page 83, but there's a lot of blank spaces. So like this is the end of chapter 16 is here, but then there's a whole like open page that just says Tuesday, and then a whole open page, and then we start on this side. So like there's a lot of, so I've read 80 up to 83, but there's just a lot of space.
Yeah.
Blank spaces. So it's kind of a quick read. I'll finish it within the next day or so. But I have an audiobook going right now, a Christian fiction that was on my anticipated reads list like 2 years ago that is also on my NetGalley. So I'm trying to read some of those. So it's an audiobook that I'm enjoying. And so I'll switch and listen to that and play some games on my phone, Happy Color or something. Because my eyes get tired at this time of day.
Yeah.
Reading in print. Okay, so back to spreadsheets. Reading Ace has a page on her spreadsheet for physical TBR, gets updated yearly. Serenity showed up. Hello. Does anyone use Book Buddy to track their books? I've heard of Book Buddy, but I've never used it.
I haven't either.
And it's nice to know that will show me if I already own a book. That's nice. Hi, Therese. Happy holidays to you and yours. Waiting for some Christmas music from you. I don't know about that, but maybe one of these days we'll see. Made it to page 531. Hoping to read 40 more pages to get to part 5 before bed. You can do it. You can do it. 22 pages, an hour and 40 minutes left. Nice. Not much reading, but lots of fun playing with Goodreads and making exclusive shelves. Yay! I'm so happy. I hope you can. I'm like, there's not ever going to be an app that's perfectly what we want,
Right.
Unless we create it ourselves or something. But like, it's fun to make things work for you. Use what you got. Finished a chapter, page 54 in Heartless. Great sprint, finished 3 chapters, so close to finishing. Yay. I'm like, most likely we'll stay up way too late. Oh man. 30 pages of Nobody's Sweetheart Now by Maggie Robinson. Spent the sprint getting rid of my Goodreads duplicates, dropped my TBR by $23. Woohoo! Just
Okay.
I was ruthless and just eliminated some totally. Yeah, I've done that before. Like sometimes you just gotta. And I feel like when I do that, if it's something that I need to read, it'll come back to me, right? Like it'll come back on my radar again, or I'll find it at the library, or someone else will talk about it in a year, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember thinking that I wanted to read that. So there's just way too many books out there that any of us can possibly read. So
Yeah.
it's okay to be ruthless every once in a while. 8.5 pages, 3/4 through. Nice, Sue. Hello, Jen. Caught up from the beginning of reading sprints. Thanks for the Goodreads DNF shelf issue that I was counting them as read for this year. Yeah. That's why I first made a DNF shelf, because I didn't want it to go on my read shelf, because I didn't read it, but I didn't want it to be on my own, like on anything else. Like, where else am I going to put it? I don't want it on my want to read list. So I'm like, I get to figure this out. And that's how I figured out exclusive shelves. That started the whole ball rolling. And this year, I think I added, because I used to just have owned TBR fiction and nonfiction. This year, I pulled out middle grade and made a separate owned TBR middle grade, so I could kind of see the difference there too.
Do you have an owned and a physical TBR? So you know like which owned books you haven't read? Or I guess they'd be on your read list. If you
Yeah,
read
they'll
them.
be on my, once they're read, but I don't keep my read ones as owned read or for like from
Okay.
the library or whatever. That doesn't matter to me as much, but counting them as read. Currently reading The Drift by CJ Tudor. Fun. Interestingly, most of the ones I totally eliminated were added in 2021. Guess I know myself better now. Yeah. Those older
Yeah,
ones,
definitely. I can see that. And your tastes evolve too. Like
yeah.
you could completely be enamored with mysteries right now and you're not as into fantasy. And so like
Right.
I see that sometimes.
Right. I when I was going through and like massively clearing out the shelf, I would sort the shelf multiple different ways. So like I would go through by rating, like the lowest rated, and be like, okay, these are not even like a 3.5. Like if they're below 3.5, immediately no. Like, and I know it's all subjective and it depends on how, and then I would be like, okay, well, how many people have rated this? Just as a way to see different books coming to the top of the list and see. But now it's down pretty low. And eventually, by the end of the month, I'm going to mix them all. Switch to a new book, a nonfiction called The Joy of Wintering. It describes winter traditions around the world. Oh, that's cool.
And
I love that. As you're in the midst of like freezing cold weather, seems like a perfect time to read that book, Gwen. Well done. Oh my goodness. I am not normally a seasonal or like I have a friend, Lindsay, from Lindsay's Little Library. If she's going to the lake, she wants to read a book set at a lake. If she's going to a cabin in the woods, she wants a book that's set at a cabin in the woods. Like she tries to match her reads when she travels to like fit that setting. And I've never done that before, but I do like Christmas books, obviously, at Christmas time. That's the only thing I think that I have a season that matches my reading. I don't know. Do you do
I love
seasonal?
spooky season.
True,
I
yeah,
read
yeah.
spooky books.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really the only one. Like a lot of people like summary books. Like people will do like their summer TBR or like summer suggested reading or whatever. And I just never have any. And I'm like, I guess I'm more of a
I know. I don't do that either. I don't know. I guess I don't read a lot of spooky books, but if I think about reading a spooky book, I'm like, oh, I need to read this in November or October. And I also like I read middle grade all year, but because I host middle grade March, I often think, oh, I want to read this in March.
Yeah.
This particular middle grade. Even though I do read middle grade year round, but I go through my genre TBR shelves frequently. but I don't have a lit fic shelf, and that's where most of them were. Gotcha. Oh, that's interesting. I'm the opposite. I want to read cold books when it's so hot. I feel like I'm melting. Interesting. So you need to read books like, have you read The Dry by Jane Harper?
Oh, but it's on my list.
Oh, it's so good. But it definitely, like, the hot, very, very, very dry setting is a character almost. Like, it's so instrumental to the story. And it's definitely if you want to read hot books in the winter, that's a good one. I love Jane Harper. She's good.
Is she the author of The Lost Man as well?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's one that's on my list too.
Yeah, The Dry, The Lost Man. Oh man, she has quite a few. Exiles is her newest that I haven't read yet. There's a sequel to The Dry, sort of. Same detective. I keep wanting to say Vanishing. I don't think it's Vanishing. Survivors, Force of Nature. That's what I was thinking of. Which is the same detective from The Dry. Survivors is not related, but I've read that one. It was also good. Yeah, The Dry and Lost Man were 5-star reads for me, though. And then Survivors and Force of Nature were 4-star reads for me. So I really, really like her. And then Exiles is the third with that detective. So they're not exactly sequels in that
like a series of standalones
the
almost.
story isn't continuing, but the detective is the same.
Yeah.
So kind of a sequel, but it's Argentina spring. It's now spring going into summer. So it's so hot. So yeah, all the Christmassy books that people are reading probably fit for you. What's another wintry book? Snow Child by Eowyn Ivey takes place in Alaska. It's not Christmassy, but it's definitely cold Alaska. Somewhat of a fairy tale vibe because it's about this couple struggling in their marriage and they build a snowman one night in a moment of like connection. And the next day, the snow child is like, the snowman's gone and there's a child in the woods. So it's like a little bit of a fairy tale feel. Beautiful story. Oh my gosh, I love it. The Snow Child. What's another cold?
Emily Wilds was set in a really cold.
Yeah. Yep. And that's also not Christmassy, but just like cold. Definitely
like a creepy dystopian world when the moon, or no, what's it called? Moon of the Crusted Snow. Moon of the Crusted Snow by Washington Rice. It's essentially about like if our society were to collapse.
Yeah.
What happens? And it's in the middle of the winter and they have to learn how to survive. It was good.
Oh, and Burial Rites takes place in Iceland, about the last female who was executed in Iceland.
Yeah.
Fiction.
I heard about that.
Like a slower pace, but it's historical and cold. And I really liked it. But
I've heard great things about that book.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that she ends up having to stay with a family, right? While she waits her death. Yeah.
Yep. I agree. If it's cold, I'll read a tropical paradise story. Love it. I read The Winter Garden. Oh yeah. That's a perfect one for you if you want to read cold books, because that was so hard. I think I just read the Briar Club talks a little bit about the siege at Leningrad as well. And that's a big part of The Winter Garden, like the historical part of it. I loved The Dry, but my favorite was The Lost Man. Yeah, both are fantastic. Thank you. They're Olive and June like glue press-ons. I did them in 5 minutes. They're so quick. And then this one popped off. So I just try not to show my thumb. I could show this thumb, but this one popped off yesterday. Oh, The Bear and the Nightingale. That's another good cold story. There you go. Reading Ace. We've got a whole list for you now. I've read that one, but do have another Eowyn Ivey book to read. I think I just unhauled another one by her because I just was never reaching for it. Snowblind, another great cold weather book. If you want a thriller, No Exit. No Exit is a wintry, very, very cold, lots of snow, creepy. Yikes, I can't believe I read that book. Beartown, yep. Snowy but not fantasy, yep. There's all kinds of genres represented. Here you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one. The second one, I can't remember what season it was in, but the first one is definitely bitter cold winter in a Scandinavian town.
Yep. I wanted the cold to be more a part of the story. Like I felt like it was very casual. I mean, it was cold and it talked about the cold, but yeah, I wanted it to be a little more visceral, I guess. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I love Jane Harper. I went to an author talk and got to meet her. Yeah, she's an Australian author. And I was completely starstruck. Oh, she probably would have loved to talk to you. The Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden, Bear and the Nightingale. Yeah, fairy tale inspired feminist, and When Folk Beliefs Meet Christianity. Yeah. The one I read, different Winter Garden. Oh, not the Kristen Hanna one. The one I read is by Alexandra Bell. Interesting. I did not know that there was two. Agree with no exit. Thanks for all the recs. Taking notes. Sweet. Right, Cammie. Who even am I? There was a couple scenes in No Exit that I was like, woo! Woo! This is not my normal cup of tea, that's for sure. Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter. I've not read anything. I interpreted it correctly. Not If I Save You First. I've not read Allie Carter at all, so I don't know.
Me either.
Fun.
I thought that title was going to be something like Nosferatu.
That's what I was at first when I saw it. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know about the Kristen Hanna one. I haven't read anything by her and still have The Nightingale sitting on my shelves. Well, if you want a cold book, The Winter Garden is a good one. But it's also, I mean, it's Kristen Hanna, so have tissues ready because you will be probably weeping by the end. I agree. Yeah, about the scenes from No Exit. Yikes. Danni, do you do Vlogmas or Bookmas or anything like that? No. Oh yeah, we talked about that before because it's a lot of.
It's a little too draining for me, I would think. And I'm not saying I would never do it, but I have no plans to do it this year.
Yeah.
I've got preparations for Battle of the Booktubers going on, and then for the announcement that's coming up on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things I'm working on. So like Christmas season. I don't know, like when because Sam Donovan and a couple other people I know participated in Booktober in October where they posted every day. Even Lotta did like the 13 days of Halloween, and I can't posting every day. I have like this anal retentiveness about my videos where if it's a video that I like didn't plan out, I have a hard time posting.
Okay.
Which is probably something I need to work on because it would probably make my life easier.
I've always been more of a fly by the seat of my pants person. Like I can never produce a calendar where I had written out what I was planning to do for the month. Like I just never have done it that way. I've never had my videos come out on the same day every week. Like and they say that maybe that's why I didn't grow as quickly as some other people do because I never had a set schedule, but I did it on purpose because as soon as I give myself a set schedule, I lose interest in it. And I just like the little tiny bit of rebellious side of me is like, no, I don't want to do that now. Like, I'm not going to do that. You can't tell me when to post, even though it's me telling me when to post. Like, I just have always been more a fly by the seat of my pants. I mean, at the same time, I do a weekend vlog every other weekend. I do a live every other weekend. And that's been the case for, I don't know, 3-4 years now that I've done it every other weekend. So that's a schedule like people can expect on Monday or Tuesday. I don't always get it done by Monday, but Monday or Tuesday, every other week will be a vlog from the weekend. But even vlogging is a lesson in like not having it planned out because you never know what I'm going to get up to every weekend. I don't plan out my weekends. So most of the time, sometimes there's stuff planned, but just kind of a little bit of this and that But
I would like to do more vlogs. I started out BookTube not doing any
yeah,
because I used to all of my videos used to be stored on a little laptop that did not have a ton of storage, and so
yeah,
keeping vlog clips for, a month to put together, I just couldn't do it. And so I now that I have a computer that is fully capable
yeah,
of doing it, I just need to get into the habit.
yeah. So some people do, like I think of Lala, Kayla from Books and Lala, and a lot of other people do their vlogs as in like a reading vlogs, reading a certain type of book or a book
Yeah.
about a different subject or whatever. And that's one style of vlogging. But I do just lifestyle every other weekend. Like this is just what I'm reading this weekend. I would like to do more of those, like planned out,
Yeah.
like even reading this with an elderly protagonist. I'm like, I have so many books that have elderly protagonists. I'm like, I feel like that should be a vlog, like reading 3 books with an elderly protagonist or whatever. But I just have never done that type of vlog. But yeah, it's just a different, mine are more like day in the life kind of thing, which I think people like both of them. Like vlogs
Yeah.
tend to do very well, I think, across the board. People like them because you do get a little bit more of life and not just
It's
like
more personal.
chatty videos. So
Yeah.
Not If I Save You First takes place in Alaska and is a YA suspense thriller. Fun. I think, yeah. Don't forget to thumbs up. So fun to read with friends. Thanks, Kimmy. Enjoyed from Chicago. Finally cold. 19 tonight. What is it here? I don't even know what the temperature is. It was pretty cold earlier. 30
27 degrees here.
for you. Yeah, it's 30 here. But we have a lake effect snow warning. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's supposed to snow. Oh, now Sunday, Mom.
Let's keep moving up, yeah.
Great. Right when I need to drive back to Virginia. But hopefully I'll drive right out of it. As fun as themed vlogs are, I feel like I'd get really bored if I read 5 similar. Yeah, see, that's my problem too. If I read things that are too similar together. But that's why I do them as a shelf spotlight instead of a vlog, where I can just highlight the books, not necessarily have to read all of them. But I do
either have to do that, or I'd have to like spread it out to where,
right.
Yeah, I'm reading 3 books that have a specific theme, but maybe I read them over 3 months.
And you don't need to know that because in the vlog, it's all just within the
Right.
same 20 minutes or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Oh man.
I feel like a lot of the vlogs I've done recently, I just talk too much. Like
Yeah.
in the Battle of the Booktubers vlogs, I was like, I'm doing 4 books, like it won't be that long. And each one, it was like almost an hour or over an hour. And I was like, I need to stop talking.
Yeah. I do find, but you know what? Sometimes I have a weekend where it's just real chatty like that, not as much activity and more just chatty stuff, but people like that too. So I don't know. You'll find different people like different things. You can never please everybody. So you just, as long as you're enjoying it.
Right.
I am not doing Vlogmas this year. I do every other year, and I did it last year. So I love the years where I'm like, nope, not even having to worry about it. There's always extra videos for end of the year stuff. Just talking about goals for the next year and wrapping up the goals for this year and like kind of wrapping up all the different projects and different things from this year, right? And then making plans for next year. So there's always extra videos, but not necessarily the pressure to do one every day.
When you do Vlogmas, are all of them vlogs, or do you do some sit down videos as well?
No, I mean, I call it Vlogmas, but some of them are sit down as well.
Okay.
Some people are like particularly like it's Bookmas because it's not a vlog every day, but I just have always called it Vlogmas, whatever. It is what it is. A lot of vlogs, a lot of like what I'm doing, but yeah. Balmy 16 in southeast Wisconsin. Ooh. Thanks, Glenda. You could vlog reading your gifted books. It seems like a lot of people are doing vlogs of reading their shelves. Yeah, a lot of people are. And I don't have a plan to do a project about reading my shelves because I feel like I'm already really good about picking from my shelves. I do read a little bit of stuff from the library, mostly like audiobooks or whatever. But even those, I'm trying to read NetGalley books. So I have
Yeah.
access to them on my Kindle. I'm just choosing to listen to the audio once it's already out because I'm so far behind. But I'm really good about reading my shelves already. But I like the idea of doing gifted books. It could be good. Some good vlog there. Good night, Emily. Didn't sleep well. Oh no. Working tickets for a basketball tournament. 7 hours tomorrow. Ooh. Yikes. That's a lot of peopling.
Yeah.
Good luck. Hoping you get some sleep. I hope you do as well. Get your rest. Take your magnesium. That'll help. I like that your vlogs are always different. Thanks, Christy. I never know what they're going to be either. Oh, thanks for hanging out with us, Em. I really like the shelf spotlight. Please do more. Waiting for Christmas music. I know, Therese. You love it. Whenever I play my piano in a weekend vlog, she gets so excited. I love it. Yes, Chloe does Vlogmas. Cool, because she at Always Booked, she has her mom or her sister or somebody, like she starts her Vlogmas in January because she has her mom wrap up 24 books and she opens one a month.
Oh, that's fun. I
So
love that.
then she just has to post them in the month of December, but she reads January. It's like she reads a book in January, and so that will be December 1st. So like she has 24 books. I shouldn't say. So she just goes through them earlier. She starts earlier in the year so she can read all 24 books. So it's like a little mini book review and a vlog for individual books that she opens, but she starts it at January. It's like, that's a brilliant way of doing it so that she doesn't have to film 24 videos in December.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this year. Okay, this year it's her BFF that sent her the books. I love that. Good night, Chrissy. Got so much reading done. Good night. We're gonna do one more sprint. Thanks for the sprints. It was fun. I'm glad you were here. Quit book of the month until I finish the ones I have. Only 5 left. That is smart. Have the new ones, I don't know if the new December or if December's been posted yet. I don't know. Sometimes they do it right on the 1st. Sometimes it's a day early. But because the 1st is a Sunday, I'm wondering if they'll be up tomorrow. We'll see. Only 5 left. Judy, that's awesome. I'm going to keep reading a bit more, trying to finish this book tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to read right now. This will be the last sprint, and let's go till 30. Yeah, and this will be, then we'll wrap it up from there. I feel like I'm getting a little tired. So not quite till 11 today, but we started at 7 instead of 7:30. So, oh, they are up. I'm going to go check them. I love it. Thanks for sprints. Have a good night. DNF'd the Kender book. I'm too old for it. Oh no. That's a bummer, Glenda. All right. Well, happy reading, everybody. See you in a half hour. All right. Come on back. I did switch gears that sprint, and I'm 20% into this. It's like I'll Be Seeing You by Robin Lee Hatcher. It's a Christian historical fiction. Totally different gears than what I've been reading lately, so just wanted to switch it up. So yeah, audiobook time, playing some silly game on my phone while I listen. How did you go? Are you going to be able to finish tonight? Oh, I don't hear you. You're not. Oh, you know why? Hold on one second. Let me take this off.
Actually, I think it was my fault. Can you hear me now?
No, it was me. This
Okay.
connects to multiple things, my little Bluetooth headphone. So it was going to there. Yes. How did you do? Were you?
I got to 93%, and I have a chapter and a half left, so I'll definitely be able to finish tonight.
Perfect. Yeah, because you're an hour earlier than me too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd definitely be able to finish tonight. Sweet. Let's see. New book of the month have dropped. I did order a book of the month. I got the Christmas crime romance mystery. I forget what it was called, but I got that one, and then We Solve Murders as well. I added to my box. So I skipped the last couple months, so it was nice to have one that I'm like, oh, this looks like fun, Christmassy.
Good.
Hello, Kate and Dee and friends. I was on another. Yeah, there was a bunch of sprints tonight, so no worries if you were sprint hopping. I enjoyed this. See you next time. Vaughn, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here. I think there's one more that I'm doing for Bucket List-athon in 2
I
weeks.
feel like it's in 2 weeks. I feel like it's the last.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's on the 14th, maybe.
Something like that. Since I'm new to your channel, what's your favorite genre? I'm a sucker for psychological thriller and cozy food mystery, like Joanna Fluke. Fun. I always say historical fiction is my favorite, but I also read a little bit of everything. I just avoid books with graphic content in any ways. I don't like a lot of blood and guts. I don't like a lot of time in the bedroom. Like I enjoy a romance as long as it's a sweeter romance, and I enjoy fantasy. I enjoy a thriller, but I don't love when it gets a little too much for me in general. How about you, Danny? What's your favorites? Tell again.
My favorite genre is definitely fantasy, but I read a little bit of everything. So it just depends on my mood. I think thrillers are probably my least favorite at the moment, but I have been surprised by the genre before. So
same, but I don't love when there's nobody to root for.
Yeah,
like
that is my problem with thrillers.
When I think everybody is making really dumb decisions or just really messed up, I don't know. I need there to be somebody to root for.
Yeah,
and
that's my problem, because it feels like they're books about, a lot of the thrillers I've read, they are books about horrible people doing horrible things for horrible reasons. And I'm like, I don't enjoy reading that.
No, same. Just about done editing. Yay. Good job, Jennifer. Judy reached 75%. Well done. Made it to 5:59. Likely can get to my goal in 20 minutes. Sweet. One more little reading mini sprint for you. Yay. Thanks, Gwen. I know this is like, my week is all mixed up. I'm like, I have to keep reminding myself today's only Friday. Like we're just kicking off the weekend now. 27 pages left. The autism frequently asked FAQs. Cool. I read 9 pages getting sleepy. I hear ya. Half done with Christmas by the book. It's so sweet. Yeah, I agreed. I enjoyed that one as well last year or the year before. Kelly, it was a cute one. The Most Wonderful. Yeah, that's the one I got. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ellie Carter.
That sounds cute.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Nice to meet Danny. Yes, her channel is linked in the description now. So you could just click on that. It will take you straight to her channel. Danny, I found your channel because of Kristen. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, Judy, I feel like you would really like Danny's channel because you also read more sci-fi, but also more fantasy than what I normally talk about on my channel. So Danni would be a great follow for you, Judy. Thank you for sprints. Read a little bit tonight. Got the same book as you from Book of the Month. Loved We Solve Murders. Good. I'm excited for it. Have a great weekend. You too, Judy. Read 2 chapters. Each chapter has a cliffhanger and switches to a new perspective. Oh man. Oh man. Finished 1 chapter and have 4 minutes left in the second. Got through 7 or 8% tonight. Good job, Christy. Almost finished except for the acknowledgement, notes, and bibliography. We'll finish that tomorrow. Yeah. I need someone to root for as well. Yeah, definitely. So what do you have? So Sunday, Danni has a big announcement to be watching out for. I'm so excited because I mean, you can kind of guess because of the thumbnail and the title of the video, but I'm excited to hear more about that from Danni and Leandra from the TBR Zero. And I'm excited to see that. So I will try. I'm going to be driving. Are you doing daytime sprints? When are you doing your sprints?
So it'll start at 4 p.m. your time.
Okay. Yeah, I might be driving when that video comes out, but that's okay. It'll give me something to do while I drive. We don't have to watch it. I could just listen.
Well, those will be the sprints, and then the premiere will be 5:30 your time.
Yeah, I'll still be. It's going to be. It's like
a long drive,
9-hour drive. So I'll be in the car forever. I'm stopping not halfway, 2 hours in. I'm stopping for lunch with a friend and her kiddos. Hopefully they'll come too, and then it's just a long day of driving. So I'll get some audiobooks loaded up. And
I was gonna say, do you have like a list?
Yeah, I mean, I have tags made in Libby. So I have tags for my NetGalley, for my book of the month that I own, for series that I'm in the middle of, and for like current TBR. And so I just go through the tag and I filter it by available now to see what is actually available right now. So that's how I found this one. Was one of my NetGalleys that was available now, that one I'm listening to now. So I just made different like folders in my Libby of tags, different tags. So that
I have those. I remember you saying that because I have such a hard time with I just put everything on hold whenever I think I want to read it, and then it pops up.
And then they all have it at the same time. And you're like, ah! Yeah.
So I do need to do that. I need to be more organized on my Libby.
Well, it's just so books that I don't have I do have books on hold as well. Ones that I would like to get to as soon as they come in. But these are for ones like my book of the month. There's no timeline for the ones that are already on my shelves. They're just ones I want to read. And like same with my NetGalley. I have my Bucket List-athon TBR. I made a tag for that. Books from my recommendations card or that were just recommended to me. Excuse me. Series that I'm in the middle of. I just put like the next one for all the series that I'm in. So I can just check those. So they're not time sensitive. Right. They're just like, I would like to read these at some point. So then I can sort it by available now, and then it will help me pick what I'm going to read next. Thanks for the sprints. You're welcome. Thank you guys all for coming. My mom is reading Invisible Hour by Alice Hoffman, which is on my book of the month shelf as well. So I'll see how she likes it. She was liking it, but then it went weird at one point. She wasn't liking it. Are you liking it now, Mom? Mom.
What?
Are you liking your book right now?
Yeah. No.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just have to finish.
She's just going to finish it. My mom has never DNF'd and never returned a book to the library unread.
That's amazing.
She only gets a couple at a time. So she never has like a big old stack. And even if she does, she just puts them in order of when they're due. So she reads them before they're due. I can't believe it.
I love that. What a flex.
I know, right? She doesn't like them all, but she will finish them if she starts it. Yeah. Yeah, you can make a tag in Libby, kind of like a folder on Goodreads. You can just there's a little right here, that little price tag looking thing. You click on that and you can create here's my tags, but you can create a new tag and then just put books into that folder. And then once you're in the folder, so here's like my bucket list-athon books. Oh, there's only a few right now because I've read some, but then you can filter it by available now. 0. But you can filter it to see what might be available. Then you don't have to put everything on the hold. I did We Solve Murders and The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. So those are my 2. So We Solve Murders was my add-on, and Most Wonderful Time of the Year is my book for the month. I love her response. Yeah, no, I don't know. My mom is impressive. She is pretty impressive for multiple reasons. I love her. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out. Be sure to check out Danni's channel, especially on Sunday for her big old announcement. But also just because she's awesome and you should just give her some love. And thank you so much for hanging out and reading tonight. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Be safe if you're driving. I know Sunday is like one of the worst. Sunday and Wednesday, the 2 days that I drove, like Thanksgiving weekend is worse for driving than Christmas time, they say. So they say. So just be safe if you're out there driving around. My mind is blown. Thank you for that trick. You are very welcome. I love it. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, everybody. You guys are great. See you later. Bye.